Because of political pressure and because of partisan politics, they have gone on and taken the fear of few and stoked the fear of many. When Charlotte passed their anti-discrimination bill, they went forward in progress and understanding that there were protections that were needed for a particular group of people, not special protections, but bringing Charlotte into the 21st century, bringing Charlotte into a 21st century of progress on social and cultural areas. But Governor McCrory and the legislature weren't happy with that. And so they took it upon themselves to undo that ordinance and to undo those ordinances across the state, to undo the ordinances in other areas who have decided to step up and be on the right side of history. Today, we're letting them know, no, you will not do that to us. You will not do that to our families. You will not do that to our brothers and sisters. You will not do that to the state of North Carolina. We are better than that, not just as a state, but as a country. I stand here with our plaintiffs who are brave, not brave because they stand here before you today, but brave because they stand and walk out of their houses every day being exactly who they were created to be, under fear of retribution, under fear of discrimination, and even under fear of death. But these aren't unfounded fears, because these things happen. They're in the news every day. Unlike the fear that the legislature and Governor McCrory have stirred up. I served in the legislature in Georgia for 6 years. I'm the first out Black lesbian to be elected to a state house in the country. I know what goes on in the legislative chambers. I know the shenanigans, I know the political theater, and I know how lack of information and the speed of legislation is done for no other reason than for harm. When you put forth legislation, if it's good legislation that's really going to help someone, it needs to be the answer to a problem. It should not be legislation based on what if, the possibility of. In Georgia, we say the dog should not, we say the tail should not wag the dog. So we should be creating legislation that solves a problem, which is what Charlotte did, and which is what other municipalities have done. So let's be clear, y'all. This is not about a bathroom. This is not about a cake. And this is not about flowers at a wedding. This is about discrimination. This is about being afraid of where this world has gone and where we will continue to go. We will not allow Governor McCrory, the legislature of North Carolina, or any legislature across this country to use fear to divide us, to shut our mouths, and to make us think that we are less than. We stand here today shoulder to shoulder, ACLU National, ACLU North Carolina, Equality North Carolina, individuals in this room, the people that are in the streets uprising. We stand shoulder to shoulder to say, we're not going to have this. So we're going to take you to court. And we found people who believe so much in decency, and not just equality, but justice, who are willing to put their lives on the line for our communities. So we're here. We're going to be here. We're going to support the people in the streets. We're going to support the people across North Carolina who never asked for this. We're going to let them know that they are not alone. Lambda Legal fights these fights across the country.